going for what team? The bottom side of the map. You've got TeamQ, and they are hungry. Already out of the base and getting ready to go here. Poeng on Sobek leading the charge. Proxy QQ on the God of Thunder. Thor NQ, the God of the Skies. Zeus, we've got Real Z on her. And Captain Twig playing raw.
You know, we saw an upset in the last round. 4th seed going over the first. Now the 3rd seed, TeamQ, is going to try their hand at 2nd seed, Cloud9 HyperX. Again, this is the 4th week on the road to 100K. Cloud9 looking for their 2nd victory right here in week 4. That's going to be Suntouch on Guan Yu playing the support role. Going to this duo lane with Smek playing Neath right now with a very close to 10-to-1 kill to death ratio. Sayo opting for Agni in the mid lane. Frostiak going to bring Freya into the jungle. And Zalia, the amazing solo laner right here with the 18-0 kill to death ratio on Baby, going to be trying his hand at the champion of Rome, Hercules.
You know, C9 is so incredibly powerful with their god pool, right? They spend both their bans as respect against C9. You ban out Frostiak's Bastet, had nearly a 4.0 kill death ratio and has never lost a game in tournament play playing Bastet, as well as the fact you ban out Vamana, and this allows things like Smek's Neath to go through. You're going to have Sai on the mid lane with Agni. I mean, with the amount of god pool that they have, it's just how many bans do you expend and still hope to have a good early and mid game with the team composition that they have here. I mean, C9 is just so capable. Sayo's going to go in the mid lane, force out this lane. Will he dash through? The question. Looks like he's going to go for the very defensive dash there. Captain Twig can't really do a whole lot about it. Actually throws out the Solar Blessing to damage the enemy wave right now. But it's a lot of hurry up and wait. Looks like to the solo lane, TeamQ is going to be a little bit late here and have to force around the backside and lose some gold to the tower.
Yeah, they're definitely going to lose gold. They're going to be looking in the jungle as well. They're going to see the blues gone. They have definitely lost, it looks like, at least 3 creeps here. I didn't really like that NQ tanked the blue buff as opposed to Proxy. I mean, taking a look at the builds here, Proxy does have Bumba's Mask, which would have healed him a fair amount after the buff had died. Captain Twig getting pressured in the mid lane as Sayo unsafely, but successfully dashes through the creep wave to clear both level 3 in the mid lane. Duo, the Guan Neath lane is so dangerous. That root plus Tallow Shred would be so intense for the damage, especially if they get it right onto Real ZX.
Realzy's going to make his way over and clear this wave out for the time being. Neath kind of shooting some shots out here. Does have the blue buff, so no real concern. Suntouch going to put some wards down in front of the Gold Fury, as well as the blue buff, making sure they have plenty of vision for rotations, and for good reason, of course. You have Thor making his way through the jungle, although he still is visible on the right side of the map in that solo lane, leaving a little bit late. Freya already making his way over. Looking at the difference in gold in the jungle is 2,100 for Thor. Frost sitting at 2,150. So Freya getting a little bit more gold, and as these Harpies do die, it's going to be even more than that, about 150 total for the lead. Level 4 now versus Thor, who stayed and got experience in golden lane, but a little bit behind in the overall gain. Suntouch now going to solo up the movement speed buff and pick it up, actually.
This is the second time
wow.
that we've seen this happen, where the support goes in to steal and counter jungle, and it's worked out. But check it out, Mjolnir's Attunement is going to get banished out during the Berserker Barrage. Frostiak ready to answer here. Proxy does manage to get both with the Hand of the Gods. Not much to be gained there for C9, but they did steal away the buff, which is going to be pretty successful. Overall, we're seeing a small lead in favor of Cloud9.
Right, Cam maybe taken up here by TeamQ, and a little bit of gold on their end. It's still tied up in gold experience, slightly in favor of TeamQ, but again, we have a very even early start here, and I gotta give credit to these teams that are sitting in 3rd and 4th seed, both Torch and TeamQ. They've been putting the work in, and you can definitely tell that they're looking to take down the Titans, C9, and TSM. TSM has already been shut down, and C9, they definitely are known for their high amounts of aggression and known for their strong kills early on. Sayo, a very passive player, likes to just hold on the mid lane and sit until mid game and just farm. But you look at Frostiak, very aggressive. Neath, ultimate coming out from Smek all the time. Zalia, just getting in on the fray and very comfortable in a high oppression state where the enemy is just bearing down on him, and he's very comfortable in that position, just able to react to everything that comes his way. They're going to head back here. Looks like Midas Boots almost done for Suntouch. Poeng in the same boat as well. His guard boots are almost finished for him. Looks like we have an ultimate coming out here. Agni Bomb in the mid lane. Proxy look for opportunity to jump on top of him. There's one bomb come down again. Proxy forced back, and that's going to be that.
You know, I really like that. I mean, I think every Ogni player out there is like, he should just dash that wave. He'll be fine. He'll just dash it. And if he would have done that, it would have been guaranteed elimination. Saya would have dropped like a bad habit as Proxy was waiting in the wings. Now, check out the left side here. Suntouch rotating over. He's going to walk through a ward. He's just looking for a little bit of map control, and he has it. I mean, see the ward placed down on the bottom side. You can see still hanging on for at least a little bit longer. Mid lane, more pressure coming out. We're going to see the mid camps come up in about 20 seconds or so, maybe a little bit longer. I don't have the exact timer. I'm sorry about that. But even so, check out Poeng's positioning right now. He is ready to fight. Twigs rotated over. QQ's in there, but 4 members of C9 are ready to contest.
Oh, mid-camp getting jumped on here. Looks like C9's going to grab it up. Right side should be coming up quite shortly. TeamQ making their way over as well. The hammer is there. Proxy QQ is in position. How long will it take before it respawns, though? Frostyx there. Suntouch there. Sayo on his way over. Hand the guys to the double banish. Talosal coming through. Thor going over there. Look for the dart to come down. The Neath ultimate is primed. When he lands, it will hit him. That giant arrow on the ground here. Does he go for the initiation? The Neath ultimate will hit him. He's going to go right back into the tower. It's going to hit Poeng as he flies over above. And that's the end of that engagement. A double banish, good initiation from Frosty. I can force an ultimate from Proxy.
NQ actually gets back to the base as well after getting pressured from Zalia. No ultimates, rather no bloods just yet, but check out the cavalry charge. Stun on the twig. Here comes Sile. Rainfire's going to hit. The Aegis has been wasted. Diving into the tower, the healing's going to be good. Here's the Valkyrie's discretion. He dodges one. He doesn't dodge two. But oh my god, it doesn't kill him. He's going to get out. How many ultimates were used there? Sai, of course, still has a bomb available to him, but successfully, he was able to get out of there. Captain Twig showing his chops.
Yeah, actually, just avoiding everything. I mean, he has the heals, and we've seen him play mid quite effectively in the past. You know, very, very strong Guang play. Now transitioning into a Ra, surprisingly enough. Has its each amulet early on for Neath ultimate. If it gets activated, of course, avoiding the stun from Guan Yu. Frey ultimate as well, and of course, Agni bombs coming down to boot. He's got a lot of protection with that each amulet. His next item choice for active is going to be important to watch because it changes how he plays overall. Heavenly agility, as we've seen before, a very strong item, especially on Ra, is scaling up that healing, also giving him a lot of movement speed. Right now, we have yet to see first blood, and this is a little bit shocking. The gold is pretty even. The experience is pretty even. This game, for all intents and purposes, is easily taken by either team as we transition close to the mid-game.
Dahlia pushing up on the right side. Looks like he's just going to clear the wave quickly. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten more aggressive in an attempt to take out NQ. I mean, that's a fair matchup for Hercules. He can take the stun. The issue is he didn't go for damage. Again, we're seeing a Hercules build directly into Stone of Gaia. 70 magical protection, some HP 5, MP 5, and of course the passive, which regenerates 2% of your health every 5 seconds. The issue with this is that Hercules already has regeneration, so he's really just looking for a lot of sustained potential. I'm just surprised that they don't instead go for Bulwark of Hope. I really think they're favoring the HP 5 and MP 5 in this regard.
Yeah, I think the regeneration, they're kind of just outlasting right now, and they're playing it safe, making a very specific strategy designed to just get them to the mid-game without losing too much. And that's exactly what's happening here. I mean, no first blood, there's just been a lot of aggression actually starting out in the game, but not a whole lot just yet. Neath is going to ping up that ward, actually, that ping came from Sobek, make sure that they know that there's a ward there, counter it when you get the opportunity to do so. Movement speed buff left on the ground here. Ra going to make his way over and grab this up. That's going to make him hard to chase down with that speed of light passive stacking up his movement speed, as well as the fact that Divine Blessing will slow down any would-be pursuers. Right side, Zeus going up against Zalia. The goal is definitely in favor of Thor. Ultimate. Zalia hears it, immediately backing up here. Can Thor get the hit? He's going to turn face towards the mid lane, possibly going for Sio here. Will the dunk come down? It's not going to hit there. Not enough distance. Sio is available. The backswing hammer is going to do a little bit of damage here. Berserker Rush not in range. Sio is going to get hit. Searing Pain is available if he wants to shoot it. Searing Pain goes out. Doesn't hit. He predicts incorrectly. And honestly, a little bit misplaced considering the fact that the dash was already set in stone.
Man, that World Weaver, I mean, I kind of felt my heart stop on that one. I really thought he was going to be able to take the first blood, and on Sio, nonetheless, being able to shut him down, maybe not shut him down, but get a kill this early in the game on a character who's usually so safe and so passive, it would have been incredible. But again, the communication on all sides has been incredible.
Right side. Looks like we have Zeus on the right side going up against Zalia. You know, force this down right now. We have the basic attacks coming through as well. Minions will be taken out. Boots are finally being completed. Penetration boots done on Frasiak and take his damage to a new level here. Poen going to spot out Sun Touch. That ward control by C9 is incredible in front of the Gold Fury. They are not letting that go. Honestly, they're all counter wards as well. Realzy going to wake his way over. Double hand of the gods from Proxy, and Poe's going to get a double banish, going to avoid the Spirit Arrow. However, basic attack's going to come through on her, looking for an obvious. He's going to get it. Guan Yu up on cavalry charge. Basic attacks coming out as well from both hunters. A stun from the Agni. Sayo jumps in on top of Pathways. Goes out. Proxy, he's going to go down after the damage up, but it's going to be too much for him. Captain Twig surrounded 4 versus 1 as his teammates in the long lane disengage. He's by himself. Frosyak in the air. Valkyrie's discretion comes down, and the Spirit Arrow will shrink the spirit of Ra himself as they get a double after that mid-camp.
Finally, Cloud9 is able to answer, but the farm was just so far ahead for TeamQ so far. Now only 400 gold separating these teams now in the other direction. We are seeing a pretty close game considering. Finally, though, we do see Bloods coming out right side. Zalia's looking for the execute, but he doesn't manage to find her, or rather excavate. There's the World Weaver, NQ super low. He dodges the excavate, but now he's in a lot of trouble. He works towards Guan. That's going to be GG on that one. But he actually manages to pick up a kill in the process, and I'm sure he's feeling that trade.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that was a hard commit from
Oh, especially with this. Look at this.
Dashing away. Proxy wants the heal. The stun comes out here. Just a little bit distant. Frosyak gets the banish, but he's not done. Proxy says no to Frosyak. Coming down for the dog. Gonna miss. Goes after Freya instead.
I like that
attack.
choice.
Hammer. Berserker Barrage coming out. Frosyak has no ultimate available. Hammer's not gonna hit and misses both kills. That's gotta hurt.
Man, he was so close to that. If Mjolnir's hit, that was a guaranteed kill. And I like the decision to go on Freya instead of Guan Yu. Being able to shut down the jungler versus the support is always a better bet.
Left side. Looks like they're pushing up this lane quite easily. Realzy on her, making sure the minions are getting used to full effectiveness here. The farm is available. Fatalis start for Frosty. I guess they have Demonic Grip. He's a little bit behind in the farm department comparatively, but actually, no, they're about the same. Frosty and Proxy tied up here in the gold department, so they're actually very even, surprisingly enough. Smek, Heartseeker is done 1-0 and 2. Smek, this is the power of Neath. And this is something that I think North America understands a lot better than Europe as far as the way they compose their teams, is that Neath, if left alone, is incredibly powerful. She can sit there, farm, ultimate across the map. If you gank her, she's pretty easy to kill, honestly. But they're just not putting the pressure over there. They're just allowing Neath to sit, farm, and ult as she freely chooses to.
You know, once that backflip is down, it's easily chased down, and then if you dodge the Spirit Hour, you can stick to her like glue. It's just a matter of getting her to a point where she's going to be out of position. But, I mean, right now, you're trying to go up against Smek, a player who is very rarely so far out of position that you're going to find him in a place where you can pick up a kill for free. I mean, right now, he's 1-0-2. He's doing a great job of farming, 5,700 gold, but, of course, Sayo, 101 right now is on top at 6,300.
Right side, Zeus still looking for opportunity to push this back, but Zayle's just not giving him any room to breathe, pushing this so hard. And honestly, that Stern of Gaia, Ninja Tabi, he's able to do whatever he wants. That Ninja Tabi allows him to use mitigate wounds more often, as well as the fact that the passive of Stern of Gaia regenerates so quickly that Zeus needs a big burst to take him out, and he just doesn't have it. Anytime he gets to detonate off, mitigate wounds is available. Frostek mid lane coming through here. The mid camp should be responding quite shortly as they're starting to group up here. Thor going to go up into the air, actually look for the dunk for Prox. This could change everything. Does Ra have an ultimate available? They're going for Sayo. A dunk. Ra ultimate might be what they need here. Searing Pain comes out. The sun's still active. It's going to hit on the back end, but not enough damage. Conviction keeps him alive. There's Sun from the Nagi. Proxy QQ gets hit by the cavalry charge, and it turns around on Team Q. C9 gets a kill.
On top of stun, on top of stun. I don't know what Proxy was thinking diving into that mess, especially under a tower, but he pays for it. Suntouch getting flung back here. There's the tail whip. They don't have the damage to mess with a level 11 Guan. Not at this point in the game. Captain Twig is level 13. He's strong, but he's not that strong. Guan freely walks back to his base. 4-1 right now. Cloud9 increasing their lead up to 1,300 gold, 1,000 experience, or at least it's bordering on it. You're starting to see the teamwork come out. A quick call. World Weaver was out. He was banished out of the Berserker Barrage. Saya was out safely, and now he has a chance to maybe even go for a kill here.
Missing the bomb there. The passive was sticking. That's what he needed to finish off Captain Twig. Not going to hit. Charge Spray comes out. Celestial Beam on the ground. Not going to be placed properly. Searing Pen comes out. Not going to hit either. Hammer comes out. Proxy's in the fight. Sayo still dodging. Pathway coming off pretty shortly here. Damage output. Proxy goes down. This is what happens with C9. They turn things around so quickly. If you're going to go in, you got to know what you're doing here. And Thor jumping in gets picked up again. Proxy slowly falling down.
You know, Thor is a character that plays so well ahead. I mean, he's probably one of the hardest junglers to stop once he's gotten bigger than you. But playing from behind, he suffers so greatly. And that's only going to increase that as Cloud9 finds themselves another 1,500 gold to stuff their wallets with. That was the Gold Fury going down. Now leading by 33.
One thing to talk about a little bit here, and honestly helped a lot with that Gold Fury grab, is Suntouch is elected to pick up Void Blade as his first defensive item on support tank. So that is what he's going to be applying that aura for physical penetration, helping out, Neath, as well as the fact that it's helping out the Hercules once they do finally meet up. What do you think about this itemization choice for Suntouch?
It's a little strange. Usually we don't see this. But I personally love the Void Blade on Quan.
And Q Ultimate, he's guaranteed to die here. Nothing he can do. Yeah. There it goes.
I mean, this is the weakness of Zeus, too. I mean, we see him and how strong he's been over the past couple months. But with that new slow available, as opposed to the immunity, you're allowed to shut him down. And once that's been used and he doesn't have an ultimate available to him to counter, the dives are pretty free. He doesn't put out a lot of damage by himself unless he has a target to bounce the chain onto. You have to hit multiple basic attacks for anything to happen here. Now, Xaylia is going to be blocked underneath this tower, pushed back. Few tower shots. Here comes the cavalry charge. They're going to try to turn this one around. The stun is going to miss there as the Mjolnir's attunement blink is going to be good. Charge Prey's going to miss. That would have been a guaranteed kill, but Poeng might have got a little nervous, and a great dodge by Suntouch able to get them out of there.
Guan Yu has done, up to this point, 1,200 healing with that conviction. He's doing so much, and also a lot for himself as well. Searing Pain coming out. Is it going to hit? It's going to hit. Silent Desert Fairy gets the kill. The teamwork of TeamQ, Captain Twig, Rail Z hitting home, and Sayo finally goes down in the mid lane. 2-1 and 2 on him. My God, what a great pickup there. And you're also going to see Sayo pick up Weakening Curse against Raw.
I like the Weakening Curse. Again, one of my favorite, I guess, actives in the game. You can find them in the item shop. Weakening Curse has a 60-second cooldown, 40% slow, on top of the fact that it's also going to reduce all healing. But notably, Heavenly Agility will make you immune to slows, so they can actually counter the slow entirely. They'll just lose the healing benefit. But still, a quick purchase, and we do see 2 sprints coming out, a purchase of Heavenly Agility will shut down that item almost completely.
Big pickups there. We also see Xaylia going for that focused Void Blade. Charge Prey on Nishi, going to backflip away, impale into the wall. Purification Beast gets active. There's this burst. Sprint gets activated as well. Smek on his way out. He's going to be just fine. How do you walk away from a fight like that? It's going to be due to actives. Tier 1 Sprint and Tier 1 Purification Beads were put on cooldown in that last engagement. At this point, we're seeing 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes into this match. Sovereignty now finally being started by Suntouch. Across the way, NQ going for full CDR build. Generally what you do start with when you're in the solo lane up against a bruiser. Rest with a Valor as well as Shoes of Focus completed. Realzy about to finish off his Aussie, and we know how strong Realzy is with this on her play. And when it gets to mid and late game, they're going to be relying on him heavily. And I think, credit goes to him by being able to farm effectively. 7,700 gold. He's going to tie his mid laner and actually pull ahead now.
Berserker Barrage does nothing to Suntouch. Look at the difference. World Weaver's going to get activated. He's going to be forced into Anvil of Dawn here. Check it out. He's not even going to have the damage. Oh, one hit. Just barely escaping certain death. You knew he had to get out of there. Look at that health. This is the weakness of Thor. If Thor ever gets behind, especially by this much, it just becomes almost GG. And now he's keeping up in level, but you can look at the gold here. He's sitting at 7K, whereas even Suntouch, the support is 7,700. And with the shred that comes out from Tower Assault and the extra damage given to him from Void Blade, it was way too much, especially with World Weaver coupled in, for anything Thor to deal with.
You know, you could see there the fact that he went for 2 physical items going to slow down the damage he's able to do, and Thor really just couldn't do anything. Same thing goes for Hercules if he goes close. Those kind of characters are just going to be off limits for the time being. He's going to have to focus on characters like Freya or Arnie, who are highly mobile. And I like the decision to get a lot of physical protection here. They're going to be relying on initiation from Thor, but Thor has been falling short for Team Q every single engagement here because C9 is willing to react to every engagement, and they're right on par with everything, every skill shot they use. I mean, you see Thor dunk in, gets responded, gets picked off, and happened 2 or 3 times in a row where he's just falling behind the farm. He's sitting currently at 7,300 gold across the way. You're going to see Frostiak at 7,700, but he's the lowest. There goes the ultimate being primed up. Looks like Neath actually is able to shoot that one there. NQ, he jumped on Flame Whip, is going to be able to secure this or not. NQ by himself. Sprint goes out. NQ's alive.
What is with people getting away from Guan Yu with 1 health today? So close. Tail Whip's going to keep him safe. Sayo could be in some trouble here, but he doesn't actually do any damage. The creeps are keeping him safe for now. There goes the World Weaver. Sayo's going to dash out, but not far enough. He is inside of this. They could actually pick up Poing here if they're quick enough. Poing might be able to get out of that damage. Super low right now, but there's 3 of them. There he goes, a little late to the party. Roxy is in some deep trouble here.
Bomb coming down, Freya ultimate coming out, Suntouch still alive, no globals left, Realzy shows up, and Frostiak meets them in the jungle, pops the sprint, and doesn't even go in here looking for Sayo Suntouch, that conviction healing for so much. I mean, they have the regeneration, they have the engagement. Neath's going to take this opportunity to push the tower. What else can Smek really do as he's watching his team win on the right side of the map? The Neath ultimate was actually still available. I'm surprised to see Smek not use it to finish off NQ that situation. He will able to survive. It looks like On Her's going to go out here. Zalia going up to the tower and do some damage to this one. Impale comes out as well. Mitigate ones will keep him alive. NQ gets picked off in the right lane. Sayo dropping low. Frostiak dropping low. He just needed a little bit more damage, but due to the fact he went solo Zeus and got the CDR instead of high pen early on, he's not going to have enough to finish those kills off.
Left side Smek solos the Gold Fury, gets it down below half, rotates right in. Cloud9 takes the second Gold Fury of the game. Now 8,300 gold ahead at just 19 minutes. They are showing why they are one of the top seeds in Europe right now. The control over the map has been incredible. And check it out, 10-2, Cloud9 is just dominating this match.
Sovereignty almost done there for Suntouch. Going to make a big difference for your team. Not only does he have the physical protection and aura from the Void Blade, he's going to have the physical protection and aura from the Sovereignty plus the HP. He's going to be so tanky against characters like Honor, like Thor, able to rotate over. 3-man magical team, and he's just thinking, you know, Honor is a big point for Team Q. He always is. Realzy plays such a fantastic hunter, and it comes down to him in mid-game stages. With that physical protection, Guan Yu's going to be able to just get in his face and sustain the damage he's able to put out. The right side tower will go down for free. That is the last remaining Tier 1 tower for Team Q. Look at the graphs. We're going to see a 9,100 gold lead and 8,100 experience lead for Cloud9 HyperX. And manually, that comes down from good engagements, from objective clearing, that Gold Fury, as well as the towers. And, you know, Team Q is kind of falling on a slippery slope where they're just hurrying up and trying to play catch up the whole time, but they just never actually reach it.
Well, I mean, 9,000 gold behind. Their catch-up game has to start soon. Captain Twig, level 17 right now, 1 level behind the dual laner Realzy at level 18, all of whom are either equal to or behind 3 members of Cloud9. We're also seeing a level 15 jungler, a level ahead of Proxy QQ, and then, of course, Suntouch, level 15 right now on the support, keeping ahead of Sobek as well. Sobek's Sovereignty is done. We see a Sovereignty also coming out from Suntouch, but Suntouch's tankiness doesn't end there. We also see the Void Blade coming out for 50 extra physical protection, which is going to help him greatly towards the end game to shut down Proxy, ensures that he can peel, and it's going to shut down Realzy's damage as well, but you should see a lot of pen coming out.
Detonate,
Warriors
Path
happy.
of Flames, Obelisk up on the ground, Berserkers come out, Suntouch has an ultimate, but Desert Fury comes through, Purification means Thor's going up there, look for the dart to come back down. It may be too late, however. Desert Fury doing so much damage, Sayo is still alive somehow, some way, but the Impale to the face will put his carcass into the wall. Thor still in the air. Look for the dunk to come right back down. It looks like it's going to be landing any second now. Will it land on the proper target? Looking at Frostiak right now, and now turning his attention to Suntouch. I don't know if that's the best target. He's trying to predict the direction of Frostiak, but it's not going to be enough. Neat ultimate coming out here. Going to hit Captain Twig on the back end. Thor dunk comes down. Now goes Suntouch. Suntouch taking so much damage here. It's going to be enough to finish off. Suntouch does go down. Drive comes up for Zaylan trying to get out of dodge here. Will he be able to escape? It looks like he will. Guan Yu goes down. Arnie goes down. It's a victory opportunity for Team Q. The Fire Giant is standing there healing back back up. Can they get it?
They have to be careful, though. We still have ultimates available. Valkyrie's Discretion still ready to just blow them out of the water. Not to mention Excavate bouncing around this Fire Giant room can do a lot. Now, Proxy's already taken some damage here. We see the Chain Lightning going off. Searing Pain will erase Freya. Excavate does not come out. It gets stuffed. He's going to look for a chance to get it back in there. Proxy is super low right now, but so is the Fire Giant. 40%, but look at the Excavate. He goes down. Fire Giant's on the last legs. Here comes the hand of the gods. That one's going to go to TeamQ, and this is exactly what we saw in the last game.
Smek now going to get his head back off there. He can't do anything, and now a big victory for TeamQ. Now look at the follow-up here. They have to get some kind of towers, some kind of objectives to clear the gap in gold, but as long as they have Fire Giant here, they can fight with C9. That's going to bridge the gap for them for the time being, but they're relying on that heavily. That is going to be their crutch for now. The fact that they got that Fire Giant, got a big victory, got the stacks down, and they're able to control more of the mid game now, but still, with 6 towers remaining on C9, 2 remaining for TeamQ, that gold is very much in the lead of C9, and that Fire Giant is going to be the cane that TeamQ is going to use to walk forward here in the mid stage of this game.
Cloud9 had a very deep lead, and they still do. 8,200 gold will amount to usually as much or very close to the same amount of damage that the Fire Giant's going to give. The only real difference here is the level. Smek level 20 with the maximum World Weaver. Sios on the verge as well. You take a look at the experience per minute. He's about 50 behind Smek, but shouldn't be too far off from level 20. Zalia, same thing. They really need to group up. They need to start pushing things down. Really, it might even be a good idea to split push. Send Real ZX over to another lane to start just shoving down objectives. They don't need to get kills with this Fire Giant. They can use the next 3 minutes just to get objectives and try to shrink the gold lead and then go into another Fire Giant fight to try to close the game out.
They have to clear that gap, because right now their only opportunity to fight here or do anything here is that Fire Giant buff, which will last only 2.5 more minutes. Throw up in the air, looking for the dunk. This is going to be a little bit greedy here. They need to be careful. This has to be a perfect engagement if they want to go in this. Thor's up in the air. Captain Twig has an ultimate. All 10 ultimates available in the game. There goes the Thor dunk right on top of Zalia. Poang gets stunned by the back end as well. The bombs come down. Guan Yu forcing them away. Reels in the back end. Desert Fear is available. Here comes the stun from Thor, blocking everyone out. Freya up in the air looking for Poang. Can he hit it? It's not going to go down. They're going to back off. It looks like Poang dropping far too low. They need to disengage. This is not a good engagement anymore for TeamQ. Weakening curse, damage output. Captain Twig gets hit by the Earthbringer, but does not get knocked up. Excavate's going to miss. A little bit different there from Zalia. Gets stunned out. Searing Pain comes through. Left side, Prox is going to fall to Freya. Stun comes out. Berserker Barrage. There goes the last hit on her. Up into the air, jumping down, trying to find Freya. Desert Fury in the face. Will it be enough? Freya gets picked off. Reels it chases it down by Sun Touch. First damage coming out. Solar Blessing on the ground, healing them back out. Sun just gets a conviction, but he's surrounded.
Oh, Zalia is coming in as well. He gets the driving strike onto one. No beads available right now for Twig. They're circling around. NQ has been sandwiched. He is going to go down. No detonate available right there. Charge Prey's going to miss. Sun Touch is one hit, but check it out. Conviction's going to heal him back up. Poang trying to stay alive here. The sickening strike wasn't enough, but he does manage to find the tail whip. Just trying to dodge behind the creep. Check it out. One hit's gonna do it. The backflip kill. One of the fanciest ways to kill people in Smite. And now they're chasing down. Disperse over the walls. Not gonna land. Check it out. Just trying to heal himself up with mitigate wounds. Not enough. They turn their sights around. Sios back in the mix. He has damage here, but is it enough? Weakening curse again. He's trying to heal him. He's inside the heal. Real ZX doesn't go for the dodge. He has to get away from Neath. Unravel's going to put him in one hit. Captain Twig with this slow. He's going to get turned on. He's going to get picked up. Wow. Roxy is coming back. Check out the World Weaver. He is inside. He gets picked off.
Way.
Oh my god, they just won't stop, Driver.
Thor goes over there looking for the dunk on Smek, but Freya is dead. This could be a match. She's going to miss it. Freya doesn't get the banish, however, and Proxy gets out. This is the game of hunters, ladies and gentlemen. That fight came down to the fact that it was split up enough for Smek and Real Z to get in on the action and get the damage out they needed. And honestly, they need to get some focus in on these hunters because they are shredding everything. Smek gets a double kill after a single kill in the beginning. Real Z with a double kill himself, impaling target after target after target. Even looking at the scores right now, Realzy's 5-1-3 on Honor. We talked about it earlier, DM. Realzy is a big anchor for TeamQ in these mid-game team fights. He is a wonderful hunter player, and when it comes down to it, probably one of their strongest role, if not their strongest role in big team fights, and Realzy coming out strong, and C9 wants to shut this out. They got to focus more on him.
So right here, Cloud9 has successfully defended all points of contention and then taken the Gold Fury. In 35 seconds, we're going to see the Fire Giant respawn. And that's a big deal because that means they have successfully shut down that entire push. Not only that, but increased their lead overall by almost exactly 1,500 gold, which puts them very, very far ahead. And for the next point of contention, which is more than likely going to be the Fire Giant, it's in Cloud9's favor once again.
It has to be the Fire Giant, and I think TeamQ understands that point right now. 9,900 gold in the deficit, 6,500 experience. Now, keep in mind, the gold and experience is important. Experience going to start to not matter anymore once those junglers finally hit level 20. The support tanks not relying on that experience as much. They just need enough tankiness to survive. Their skill scaling is important, but they're just more about the positioning and initiation as well as blocking shots for their teammates. Left side, Realzy still trying to get the towers, and keep in mind, there's still a lot of gold that TeamQ can grab up if they ever get the opportunity to do a tower. But look at this. C9 going to start the Fire Giant. Poing's in the area. There's Proxy, Captain Twig as well. Zeus Ultimate. Look for the Zeus Ultimate. The damage that NQ is able to do here is going to change this team fight as Thor goes up into the air.
Thor's off. He's going to look for probably a backline push here, but Poing has put himself dangerously out of position. That Hand of the Gods is down. Cloud9 is primed to finish this one up. Heavenly Agility is going to be used here. Here comes Zalia. Another great Chain Lightning puts Frostiak at risk, but not enough to get that third hit off. RealZX trying to keep them back here. Freya healing himself up with that passive there, using the Pulse, and now Cloud9's going to rotate into the Fire Giant. They're baiting it out here by throwing those auto attacks on top of the ward. Earthbreaker's not going to hit, but Cloud9 still has a great chance to finish something up.
Cavalry charge. The horse comes out, forcing out the Zeus. Can he get a detonate off in time? Does he have an ultimate? Looks like he does not. Chain Lightning comes through. Burst damage come out. Captain Twig by himself. There goes the Unravel. He's by himself. Banished. Zeus caught out. Pathway's going to meet him when he lands. Desert Fury comes out as well. NQ will fall. The Excavate kills off Ra. It's a 2-0 exchange so far after killing off the Sobek. Impale's going to hit Hercules. He doesn't really care a whole lot. He is very, very powerful right now, and the Fire Giant is still available. A beautiful bait by C9 is not predicted by TeamQ, and it's going to go in the way of C9.
And look at the damage they're putting on the Fire Giant. It's already down. C9 has taken the Fire Giant. They're 8 kills up. They have 11,600 gold stuffed into their wallets, at least that much more over TeamQ, and an extra 10,000 experience. Looking at the board here, 3 level 20s to 3 level 20s, but then we have 2 18s versus a 16 and a 17. A small difference in experience, but still relevant nonetheless. The issue here is that not only do they have 11k, but they have the damage added to them by Fire Giant. That's basically 2 full items over TeamQ right now, which means each player would have to do about 40% less damage, maybe 30% less damage for TeamQ to be able to take this. And I just don't know how they're going to be able to do that when Cloud9 is playing the way that they are.
They need to get a big, uncontested team fight victory and then get a bunch of towers and some objectives. There's a lot of gold still sitting up there waiting for them to get some kind of opportunity to take it. It's not safe. There goes actually an ultimate being activated. Looks like Neath is kneeling down just for a second, looking to grab something up. It's not going to be there. There's an Ogni Bomb stun on Captain Twig by himself, the banish. Can they get a pick in the front of this team fight? The burst is out. Earthbreaker's going to hit. Driving strike, and one shot from Smek will erase the chicken. C9's having chicken for dinner tonight, and now all of a sudden we have a 4 versus 5 Fire Giant on C9. Mid tower under pressure. Zeus is not in position. This is horrible for TeamQ.
That's not only big because they lost Ra's damage, but they lost his healing. They lost the Heavenly Agility, and they lost the bait coming out from a normally extremely tanky mage. And now check out this Phoenix. It's completely gone. There's nothing they could do to really stop this. Thor's up into the air now. I don't even know if he wants to go into this team fight. Really, the only person who's low enough to fight is Zalia, and you'd have to be drunk to try to fight Hercules, who has a Fire Giant, especially in this condition. So there goes the Phoenix. TeamQ has to put everything they can on the line here, and it's just not going to be enough. NQ's already out. Proxy QQ gets removed from the fight, and Cloud9 has just complete control over every point of contention over this entire game.
Left side, Phoenix under pressure, gonna fall, guaranteed a double banish, just preventing the follow-up. How does it feel to be floating in the air? A double Earthbreaker driving strike gets prevented by double purification beads. It's the day of doubles here as everything strikes two. The mid is down, the left is down, the right tower is still standing, but you know, if you just look at the map, it tells the whole story. All 6 towers for C9 are still standing. There is 1 tower and 1 Phoenix left for Team Q. The Fire Giant buff still has a minute and a half left on it. 2.5 minutes from now, it will respawn, and if Team Q doesn't get it, it will be curtains for them. They have to play perfectly here. They have to find the hole in C9. They have to wait for C9 to screw up and be able to capitalize on it. Big plays is the only way they're going to come back in this. They cannot play it safe anymore.
I don't envy Team Q right now. Getting those quarters prepped, going to start playing Space Invaders here as these minions start destroying their way into the base. I mean, fire minions do a lot of damage. Take a look at the mid lane right now. We just see them, that one minion's been at low health forever, and they're barely able to get down either one of the other ones. An entire wave gets pushed down without losing a single minion, forcing them to defend that lane. And then right side, we have Zalia tanking with mitigate wounds, which means he's not going to take even any damage from this. He'll move forward. They'll push down the Phoenix here if they choose to aggress. And, I mean, if they do, this really could be GG.
Pay attention to this initiation. It's got to be slow. It's got to be good enough. It's got to be proper for Team Q. Charge spray on Frostiak. Thor's in the air. Look for the Doug. Dragon Shot comes out. He has to pick a target. He's going to miss again. Proxy Ultimate not using any effectiveness here. The bouncing ball of Hercules comes through here. Capture taking tons of damage. Silas only comes through. The Hammer's going to try and get it out, but he's going to land in a bomb. Volcol comes out, not going to hit the passive combustion. Kills Proxy. On her has been deleted. C9 gets a right. Phoenix 3 versus 5. Captain Twig gets deleted as well. The banish up Poek. They're forcing him down. Give it up in chat, ladies and gentlemen. C9 takes a victory here. I don't see Team Q taking this out here, and indeed they will not. The Titan floats away in darkness, and C9 takes a victory in the semifinal round.
So Cloud9 avoiding the upset train that was able to hit TSM in this week. They're going to move on. At this point, they're quite primed to take the first seed back. If they manage to win this tournament, it will be guaranteed. If they take second, it will depend on how the third place matchup goes. But I know the chat's getting ready here to raise their Cloud9s as they advance to finals of week 4.
Going into this, Smek had 9.67 KD on Neath.
Sure.
He went 8-0-8 on Neath. That's over 10 now. So he is definitely earning that spot.
I just don't get it. I don't understand.
You ban out the Bastet for Frostiak. They're 2 primary